Hi guys, how are you? You are all subbing now, so you are giving Deva a sub now, apparently. You guys.
Thank you. Thank you for the sub, Dragon Death Cab.
A few quick announcements before we get started. There may be spoilers. This is just a general warning. Probably going to be spoilers for Seteth Flayn, so this is your warning. Also, we have a couple commands up there, again, which is just about alerts, questions, who Deva is, which, like, it's in the title, guys. But if you don't know, she's the voice of Flayn, our favorite cinnamon roll from Fire Emblem Three Houses. We love Flayn.
I kind of love her, too. I'm a little biased.
If anyone in chat calls her Flan, that's my fault. We may have nicknamed her early on in our playthroughs.
Pretty sure my first couple times Googling her, it would just pull up searches for Flan. I'm like, okay, you know what? I accept this. This is okay. Flan is also good. So.
Well, she loves sweets, so, you know, it works. I guess the other thing is we, for subs, we have our Flayn emotes, even the cheer one for subs. Also, our Kreia emote is back for the time being, and Seteth too. So we got the whole fam right there. So please feel free to spam those emotes. I see you're already a step ahead of me. I swapped those in, and I will swap in the others tomorrow. Swap them back, because now that Twitch has given me the power to swap in and out my emotes, that's just what I do now, all the time, because I have a problem.
Cool, they can let you swap them out?
Yeah, if your account is in good standing. I'm not sure how long it is. This used to only be a partner thing, because I'm an affiliate.
Yeah.
So now, because my account was in good standing for so long, I can swap them out whenever. I don't have to wait for approval, which is super nice, because then when we do fun stuff like this, you know, you can, because I have too many emotes and not enough slots for all those emotes.
Good problem to have, though.
Yes. I mean, we've got a lot of the characters from Three Houses.
I'm going through your emotes right now, and they are adorbs.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I'm gonna I'm spamming the one with the halo because it makes me happy.
Let her use Mercy. Oh, I don't know if Deva would love Mercy.
Is that an emote?
Yes, we have a Mercedes emote because we love her, and she might be holding a gun, but we're not gonna talk about that. She has a nice, cute face, though. She just
she just has anger issues that she needs to resolve.
That's right.
Yeah. Don't we all, though? It's 2020. We're all going through something right now.
It's very true.
Yeah.
And Mercedes is no exception to that.
With that kind of
So, are you ready, Deva?
Hi, Kita.
It's tea time. Yes, everyone. It's tea time.
Oh my god, this art is so cute.
Oh, thank you.
What?
I just went to my artist and I was like, hey, do you have time to do something real fast?
It's so cute. It's so cute. No joke, I had fish for breakfast.
Were you method acting?
No.
You could have lied, Deva. I would have believed you.
I guess, like, technically it's fish. I had smoked salmon.
That counts. I would say that counts.
I mean, it's a fish.
It is a
salmon.
Fish.
I hear salmon's a fish.
I think so.
As fish. So
she was getting into character just for you guys. Very on brand.
Had to get my fish.
All right. So my first question is, what was the audition process like? Did you know what you were auditioning for or who you were auditioning for? Because I know that sometimes with games, like, it's all hush-hush, so you don't really necessarily know any details.
That is all very true. I did not know what I was auditioning for, and I also did not read for Flayn. I don't remember who I read for, but I think I may have read for Sothis.
Really?
I remember I went in, you know, and we weren't given any of the audition copy ahead of time. And apologies if you don't, if anyone listening doesn't know what copy is. It's just another term for a script. So with BO, it's called copy. Don't know why. I should probably know that. But anywho, I remember. I think it was Sothis because it was just like it was the sleepy character.
Oh, that's Sothis or
Who
Linhart,
yawned a
but I'm
lot.
assuming it was Sothis and not Linhart.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think. But and a couple other characters too, and it was just kind of a go in read. I did 1 or 2 takes of maybe 3 different characters, and then I came back home and kind of forgot about it, because it's one of those things where you audition and you put your heart in, and then you have to say, okay, well, I'm just going to let that go and put that into the universe. And if I'm in this, I'm in this. If I'm not, I'm not. And I got an email saying, hey, you're gonna be in a thing, and we're gonna record at this point. And I still didn't know who I was. And then I learned that I was Flayn when I got there, but I didn't know who she was. So it was a discovery of who this little green-haired cabbagey cinnamon roll was.
Well, you kind of answered my next question, which was, did you audition for anyone else besides Flayn? Because I just think that's so interesting. Like, what could have, you know what I mean? Like, what could have been? I mean, it was perfect the way it was, but it's still fun to think about.
I don't remember specifically. And also, they may have not had the names, like the proper names of the characters. They may have had other names, which it's been a bit, so I don't quite remember. But I was also running on adrenaline when I got cast as Flayn, because I was in a little bit of panic mode because I had a flight the next day overseas. So I had my first session of recording, and then I flew out about like 11 hours later.
Oh, wow.
And then came back and recorded more. But it was fun, yeah. I hope I'm answering your question. I think I answered it. Did I answer it?
You did. I imagine that this took place a long time ago, too, so I imagine it'd be pretty hard to remember specifically, like, the other characters that you auditioned for and stuff like that, because...
I mean, yeah. This year has been, a decade, so...
This year in itself has, and it's not even over, and it has been a decade, so thank you for playing Flayn for a decade. We appreciate it.
You're so welcome. I'm very proud of my decade of Flayn. Tell your friends.
Okay, so if you could play anyone else, who would it be and why?
So I would... Oh, that's hard because I think everyone was so perfectly cast.
Agreed. Yeah,
in
for
their
sure.
roles. And it's one of those things where if you throw like a dream cast out for something that's existing, you can be like, oh, I could see this person, but since this grew organically, and now we have all of these people that I identify as these characters. I think, okay, this would be weird. I kind of think it would be cool to voice like the Death Knight.
Ooh.
Or something that's just so far removed from everything that is Flayn.
But would you give the Death Knight Flayn's voice? Or would you play the Death...
I mean, that would totally be a plot twist. Like, guess what? It's this total evil murder maniac that happens to sound like this.
I mean, that would be pretty amazing. Nintendo, you should be taking notes.
I have played a couple crazies.
We made Flayn a Dark Knight in, I think it was Blue Lions. So she kind of, we called her like our baby Death Knight. She did great.
Oh, I love that. I bet she looked like a badass too. I can just, because I've seen her as some of the different classes. I'm like, okay, that's really cute. That's really cute. Okay, that is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to it in the video that I have playing in the background, which I just recorded like everything I could find of Flayn footage to put in the background. Towards the end is a couple clips of her just critting as our little baby Death Knight, and it was pretty great.
I'm Googling Flayn as a Death Knight right now. I'm just like... Give me the. I want the images.
She looks amazing. She's got like this armor on, and she's on a horse, and she's ready.
She winning into the dawn.
She is winning into the dawn. Not as much as Mark, though. Pretty close.
Yeah. He's pretty great. He's pretty great. I'm biased, but he's pretty great.
You like to call her the Flayn Emperor? I mean, that's pretty good, Crab. That's pretty good.
I will take the I'll take that mantle. I don't mind being revered. Emperor, Empress. It's cool. No, I'm kidding.
So a lot of the dialogue in Three Houses is very much like conversations because it's support dialogue, so it's you and another character. So I was curious about the recording process for that, because I know that a lot of times with video games specifically, you're recording by yourself, you're not recording in an ensemble. So I was wondering, like, is that what your experience was, or did you have somebody reading with you, or sometimes, they'll put the other actor's voice like in your headphones? Like, what was the actual recording process like?
It was a bit of both. So if there was a conversation in which they already had recorded the other character in the scene, the engineer would play those lines for me to work off of, which was really nice because you might see an image of the other character, so you have an idea of this person is either older and I probably respect them, or have this relationship, or they're a peer and maybe I have this way of communicating with them. And so so sometimes we would have the dialogue. I remember Manuela was one of the first ones that was recorded that I could hear, and being able to hear another one of the actors, it really brings the game alive, because so far I've just been talking into a mic.
Mm-hmm.
And when that wasn't available to me, I would just go through my lines. And a couple times Patrick, our incredible director, would read the other lines for me so that I could work off of him, which was so wonderful to be able to have.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be pretty hard to like have a conversation with someone and not have them, just be like reading by yourself.
It's a thing. It's a thing. So some of the times I wouldn't see the lines in between mine. It would just be my responses.
Oh, okay.
And so having to almost imagine what the question was beforehand. But that's a lot with auditioning too, or a lot of voiceover in general, at least in my experience, is you don't always get the time to hear the other person. And so sometimes you just have to go with what your instinct is in that moment, to try to bring as much honesty to it as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that made sense.
Is that how you would say that you like approach auditions? Like just trying to make those choices, even if you're not correct, because you don't have all the information of a scene?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yes. I used to go just pull my hair out with auditions because I would be listening for the perfect take, or I would listen and I would critique myself so much. But with auditioning over and over again comes the ability to disassociate from your own voice and to try to listen to it more objectively as a performance. And so now when I go into an audition, I will look at the script. If there's character art, I will look at that. I'll take notes for what I know about this character, and then I'll find their voice and then find how their voice modulates itself depending on what situation they're in. Because you might have a voice like mine, but if you're angry, you're going to be a lot more. You're going to be here a bit more, or if you're having something more intimate, you might be here. So just playing with that, and then I'll do a couple takes. Maybe I'll go away from the mic for a bit, listen to it, have a couple ideas, come back, and then I will let it go. And that's the biggest thing I've had to learn is just ugh, do it and be done. And
Yeah.
not fixate on it, because it's so easy to be like, oh, that role was so amazing, I really want it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an incredible amount of there's a wealth of talented actors who I'm happy for anyone to to be working, because that's what that's what we all want, is we want to work.
And I'm assuming you're referring to auditions that you're doing from home, like recording
Yeah.
yourself?
Mm-hmm. Which is because right now, because of the state of things, all auditions are at home pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But even before this, most auditions were at home. I would go into a studio now and then, but 95% of the time it would be at home, having to self-direct, which is a whole other
Oh, wow.
skill of blah.
Yeah.
I might call a friend and be like, hey, can you take a listen to this, or can you bounce this off of me? But yeah, it is very kind of isolating.
Well, do you have a favorite scene that you recorded for Three Houses?
There are a lot. The funny thing is I'm sure if you mentioned other scenes, I would say that's my favorite. But the ones that I remember most vividly are the ones that I recorded towards the end of the run, because naturally those are what's freshest in my mind. So two that I really enjoyed recording were scenes with Dedu, and I would leave every session very, very hungry because they were all about food. And I really, really enjoyed the scene with Raphael.
Screaming?
The supports.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved
that. I loved that. 'Cause it's just fun. It was just so much fun. And the takes that they used, I can't believe, I still don't know. They put them in, and it was also really, I know I'm not giving like an exact answer because it's hard to choose. It was also nice to have the quieter, more intimate scenes with Seteth, because that I got to explore different facets of Flayn that
Right.
that we don't see before that point.
Well, to get into that, actually, and again, I told you guys we might be talking spoilers. We've played all 4 routes. Come on, guys. Like, a lot of you have been here for all 4 routes, so...
What's the 4th route?
The 4th route? Okay,
Is
so...
that the church? No.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, wait, there's only 3 houses,
there's a 4th
right? Is
route?
there
There's 10 crests?
Shut it down! I only know the information that I'm given, which is not much. Like the entire recording process, because it's not like you're given an entire tome on every character in the entire world, because that would just take way too long. Because the
which
world
is a shame, because I'd read it,
right? But so our director Patrick really clued into how to connect the story of Garrick Mock and Floden to what makes sense in Deva's brain. And so anything that happened in the game that we were recording, he would either make the connective tissue Shakespeare or Harry Potter.
Oh, well,
and it just worked. Yeah, so I can tell you a lot about Fire Emblem in those terms, but that's that's kind of where my knowledge ends.
I mean, for the longest time, I was calling Seteth Green Snape, so I get it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Garrick Mock being so much like Hogwarts, honestly, like, I had never played a Fire Emblem game before this game came out, and my husband had played Awakening, and he started playing 3 Houses on the Switch, and I was doing something, I don't even remember, and then I just kind of like sat up and was like, this is like Hogwarts. I love it. And then just kind of got really sucked in. and then ended up, streaming all 4 routes and the DLC. So here we are.
I'm such a sucker for school. Like
Right?
if I had the means, I would just get master's degrees forever if we had an education system like that. And I would just be like, what's something that I can study that is super obscure? Let me study medieval literature and Chaucer or something. I don't know. But yeah, so this was really fun because it tuned into that part of me and that curiosity of learning.
No, I totally get that. I love just like, I was always, good student. So I love the classroom aspect of Three Houses where you can, just teach them in different things. And then sometimes they fail. One time Flayn failed twice in a row.
Oh, how dare. How dare she fail? Shame, Flayn, shame.
I failed. Professor, I will work harder. I failed.
Oh no. Oh no. It was really funny because I think she said something along the lines of like, I'll do better, and immediately failed right after that.
Like,
I was like,
well, guess what? You did not better.
Yeah, going back to Seteth and Flayn. So, again, spoilers, warning, here's your warning. Can't yell at me, okay? Were you surprised by the twist, or did you know going in about Seteth and Flayn?
So, I knew going... Sorry, there was a gnat. I just squished it. Sorry, gnat. I knew that they had a different relationship than the one that they presented.
Mm-hmm.
So the twist wasn't crazy twisty for me because I had the foreknowledge. But the scene itself had a twist for me because I didn't know what Flayn's fascination with the ocean was and why that was. And so their scene at the ocean together discussing why it holds that importance for her and for Seteth, and why it's so important for Flayn to be with Seteth at the ocean or at bodies of water was... it's not like a plot twist per se, in the same way that like Brother Dad is. That sounded weird, but
Yes,
but it but so that for me was a surprise, and it was a really welcomed one because it's so tender and it's so sweet, and it makes me sad and happy and feel all the things.
Yeah, their later support, like their A support and like their paralogue and stuff are really good because they're just so emotional, and like you're just like, oh, Flayn, when she's like, I don't want to go to sleep because I'm afraid that I'm,
gonna
be asleep for years.
That gutted me. Yeah.
Were those the most emotional scenes for you, or was it something else?
One specifically about sleep spoke to me on a personal level because there's that... I think we all have a commonality of wanting to be surrounded by love, whether that is familial or a friend or a spouse, but no one, even if you're an introvert, like, and I am very much like a homebody, there's that desire to have another connection with another human, and having that need that we all have severed from you without without your willingness. This idea that she could take a nap at any point. You might be tired and say, okay, I'm gonna take a snooze before I go to class, or work out with Raphael. This idea that you might fall asleep for 1,000 years and wake up and everyone's gone, that's terrifying. That's terrifying, and it makes me sad.
No, it is. And also, I mean, to tie that in, like Flayn's favorite flower, I believe, are forget-me-nots. I'm like,
Ugh.
they did that on purpose.
Like, you want to just twist the knife, guys?
Right?
Really? Okay, I guess. Yeah.
What was the most challenging scene to record, if you can remember? Like, just something that maybe was a little more difficult for you. Oh no, you're laughing.
This is not going to be the expected answer. Was it Linhart? Was he the guy that wanted to make babies?
Oh god. Oh, that's the curse support. We don't like that.
Is that
Yes,
what we're...
that was Linhart.
Okay.
Oh god.
So as far as challenging, we're going through that scene, right?
Mhm.
And I'm hearing how he feels.
Mhm.
And it was very, I'm having a back and forth with the director. We're chatting about the scene and we're chatting about what Flintheart is proposing. And here I am with, responding as Flayn is, because, obviously in the booth doing the thing. And at the same time, I just wanted to go through the monitor and just slap him across the face and be like, this is not how you treat another person. No, don't.
I mean,
just stop.
that's a lot of Linhart supports of just, this is not how you treat another person.
This is not no, this is not how we treat people, please. Yeah. So that one was interesting to record just because I had a very visceral reaction to how he was behaving, and
Understandably.
I had to, leave that at the door.
Mhm.
Because that can't be a part of my performances. Deva,
Right.
Deva's feelings are not in the mix. We're just dealing with Flayn.
I think all of chat, because we saw that one. We've gone through, oh my gosh, almost all the supports, aside from the S supports. We've gone through almost every single one, all of Flayn's for sure.
Mhm.
And yeah, we were all like, not our favorite support of Flayn's.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's an interesting one.
I mean, it's entertaining for sure, and it was fun. It was just it was interesting to record.
All right, so okay, I feel like I know the answer to this, but chat, I'm sure, will throw in their own guesses. Who would be the worst person Flayn could date in Seteth's eyes?
Oh, in Seteth's eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sylvain. Right?
That's my thought too. Sylvain would probably be the worst.
In my eyes, oh, sorry, I interrupted you. What?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, or the Death Knight, I guess, would be worse. But I would hope that wouldn't happen.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking of this in terms of at least my upbringing, and kind of what parents, specifically fathers, deem as appropriate and not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, I'm wondering if Seteth would be more okay with violence than he would with, kind
Intimacy?
of a libertine. But
Do you think Seteth would be okay with the Death Knight? But over Sylvain?
But
I think Seteth would probably be most happy if she, just went to a convent. And just kind of leave it at that. Although I'm sure if okay, I'm just imagining this now. If you can imagine Flayn getting married with Seteth
Mhm.
walking her down the aisle, I can just see him being this blubbering mess
He's just sobbing.
of just like, my little baby, and oh, now I have a son or a daughter or whatever, could be super. Yeah.
She's like, this is why I didn't want to invite you.
No. But probably Sylvain.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard for me to put Flayn, in terms of shipping, because, you know, everybody always talks about
Mhm.
favorite ships. It's hard for me to really put Flayn with anyone, just because I know that she's a lot older than she presents, but just, you know, she just seems so young
No,
that
definitely. I agree. I agree.
it's hard. The only person, like I said, I've seen them all, and the only person that I can think of that I'm okay with is Ferdinand, and I just think that's because he's such a like gentleman that I think
His
he would.
pets are a little princess.
Yes.
I love the Ferdinand and Flayn relationship, and I think one of the most endearing things is her asking to be held by him, even
Mhm.
when she's not in danger. Because she can't ask for a hug, but she can ask to be held, and it is so precious.
It was. I do love their supports.
Yeah.
They're really sweet.
Oh, Dragon Deathcab says Flayn and Petra would be cute. That would be really cute.
Flayn doesn't have a lot of supports with women.
She doesn't. She doesn't. I spoke with a couple women about this. Allegra Clark and Erica Mendez were two people I've spoken to about wishing Flayn had some supports with women, like a couple supports with Bernie. And so Erica and I have had to create our own Diva Erica supports for her. We're like, okay, this will do for us.
Yeah, I noticed that going through them. I think the only one aside from like, you know, Byleth is Manuela, I think.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, because I remember recording from Manuela, or recording my dialogue with Manuela.
So yeah, I think that's the only one. Was there ever any explanation for that? Like why he just didn't?
Not that I am privy to, or if I was, I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't know if they ever had like like maybe, you know, if it was harder for Flayn just because of her mother, like losing her mother. Maybe it was harder for her to like connect with women.
That could be. That I hadn't thought of it in that term. I
guess we'll never know. We'll just have to make our own headcanon. Speaking of things we'll never know. Do we know how they're related to Rhea? Because I just have all the questions about that. I don't think we ever got an answer to that.
I just imagine that, you know, if there's a reunion, like a family reunion, they both just show up. And they're like, hey, you know, did you bring whatever Rhea's famous rice cakes? Or
Rhea isn't going to cook for anyone. She's going to have Catherine cook for her.
You know, just, I've wondered that too. That too. I kind of, I make the assumption that everyone with green hair is related.
Except for Linhart. He's not allowed.
He has the green of the kind that is not the same in the sentence is going nowhere, so please cut me off. This like my brain is just like boop 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 boop.
I will say the interesting thing about Linhart is that he does have the crest of Seteth Flayn. So interesting.
But it's still weird.
It's still very weird.
Yeah, it's still weird.
He's not invited to the family reunion. He doesn't get to have Rhea's potato salad.
I saw that Crab Salute Trash, that's a great name, had mentioned Dedue and Flayn, that Seteth would probably be okay with that. And I agree. I think because Dedue has, he is a bit older and he does have that paternal sense and that sense of loyalty and duty. I think that's someone that's, you know, I could see Seteth being like, him. Choose that one.
The only thing about that is that I think Dedue is so devoted to Dimitri. I think Seteth might have to have a talk with him about that.
Oh, yeah. Devoted. I was just trying to make it work. It didn't really work, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
It was great.
Or you know, it could very much be like an older brother type relationship.
That's kind of how I see her with Raphael, as more of like a sibling
yeah
relationship.
They're so cute.
They are. They're so cute. They just scream
They're
at each
so
other. It's great.
cute. And who doesn't want a friend to just scream with?
Oh, I mean, I scream at my friends all the time, so
It's a
they
good
scream back.
thing.
It's great.
It's good. Scream at your friends.
Scream at them all day.
But make sure that they scream back and that, it's a reciprocated scream.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat is like, I will scream at all my friends.
Yes. I mean, my chat has proven to be quite interesting.
No, the loving screams. We all know those. Like the
Loving
I
screams.
love you. Like those kind. Those are the good kinds.
This is also the chat that wanted, the gun emote, but it's just it's fine.
Chat.
Chat.
I'm giving you a look right now. I'm like, oh, you guys.
I mean, to be fair, it's a cute emote.
Oh no, I'm sure. You can't have
She's
Mercedes
smiling.
and not have her be adorable.
Well, while he's sending me some questions, let's plug the heck out of what you're doing. Deva has a Twitch channel, guys. Like, go follow her.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
do.
And you're an affiliate now, right?
Yeah.
You can
that
sub.
I need to make emotes. I am like paralyzed with what do I emote?
What do I
Like,
emote?
do I emote Flayn? Do I emote my cats? Do I
All of
make
the above.
everything? Yeah.
I mean, just be like me and have 35 and then just switch them out.
No joke. That is probably what I'm gonna do.
I
I'm
can't decide.
I'm gonna reach out because I have an artist. Her name is Kageyama, and they do amazing work. And I reached out to Kage, and I said, "Hey, could you do some emotes?" And I got their rates, and probably you're right. I'm probably gonna be like, "Yes, I would like this many," and I will choose which ones I use.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I message my artists way too often, and I'm like, hey, 3 emotes. Here's money.
Yeah. Here's the money. Give me the emotes. Yeah.
And she's like, did you have a subathon or something? I'm like, no.
No, I just like emotes.
I just like emotes too much. And then I play something new, and then I'm like, oh no, now I need emotes of this.
Right?
The problem.
Yes. And also, like, supporting the arts.
Yeah,
simultaneously,
that's what I'm saying.
which is also when you scream at your friends, tell them to support the arts.
That's right. You should.
Mm-hmm.
On your Twitch channel, you you were playing Stardew Valley for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've tried playing games and I get so distracted by talking to the chat that the game is secondary. And I was playing another Stardew game and I forgot which game was what. But I've streamed a couple other games, and if it's something like an RPG, like Divinity, I wouldn't be able to pay attention to the chat or really interact with them because I'm so invested in the storyline that I felt that was dismissive of me, and I didn't want to do that. So I've stopped playing those. So I've been just thinking about what do I want to do in this little place of the internet that I can carve. So made one thing, and I've been looking at, I don't think anyone would really be interested in it, but I think it would be fun to do like a little story time type thing, have like a little fire going with some books, and then grab, a classic like Peter Pan or Treasure Island and just read a couple chapters of it a couple times a week.
That's fun and unique. And I mean, I know the chat loves to be talked to. So, I don't think you have to worry about the content being secondary. You guys like us to talk to you, right? You seem like you.
Yeah, just something that's relaxing. And because I think for me right now, I'm let me know if you've experienced this too, but I've tried to do stuff that I find comforting, and sometimes it's hard for me.
Yes.
Like I love reading books, and I'll grab one and I'll be like, I cannot get past like chapter 1 right now because my brain is going in a million different directions.
Mhm.
But I think the idea of having that communal aspect of doing something together, like even how we're chatting now, but we're also technically chatting with like, 60 other people,
Mhm.
makes it easier and less sucky.
I agree. I
'Cause,
mean, chat has scrolled now, but somebody said we have download streams. Yes, we do, because sometimes the game has to update, or if you download the wrong game, which I definitely didn't do last week, and then you have to wait for the right game to download, and we just hang out and chat, and it's nice, it's cozy.
I'm sorry,
So-
I totally need to hijack the conversation for a second. Is that Death Knight Flayn on the
Yes.
horse?
Oh no,
Oh
that's
my
dark. No,
God.
that's Dark Flyer Flame.
Okay, I love this one too. I approve.
Dark Flyer
like
is the
the
one on the
outfit.
horse, like the flying
I like
horse.
the horse. It's
She
amazing.
did so good as a Dark Flyer too. Like it was really good for her.
I love it. Speaking of horses, I ordered a D20 and a D6 dice because I play Dungeons and Dragons, and the D6 I got, it's petals for each of the dice. So if you roll a 1, it's 1 petal. If you roll a 3, it's 3 petals. But if you roll a 6, it's a unicorn.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah. So it's good. Which, horse. I'm connecting it.
Do you do your D&D on? You do it on a different channel, correct?
I
for
do,
Twitch?
yeah. I play with a group called Perception Studio. They've been around for quite a while, and their big thing is a lot of the people are puppeteers, and so they are familiar with puppets and created a D&D campaign and a day that they play, where they play with what we all call their felted friends. And so the humans are the managers, and then you have the puppets that are called felted friends. And so there's a lot of D&D with those guys. And one of my friends, Danny, who is our dungeon master, said, I want to do one with people. And so I said, I want to play. So now we play that on Tuesday. So I'm going to be getting ready for that after I chat with you, and then I'll do work, and then I'll probably, break the game, do the things that I do. My character is bananas. She breaks stuff. So
But
that's her.
do you tweet? You tweet when you go live, right? So that if people follow you on Twitter, will they be able to? Okay, awesome. So go
they
follow
should.
on Twitter.
Beyond the things.
I post pictures of my cats. I'm not that interesting, but I post stuff.
Not
I
true.
I
Not
try.
true.
Okay, thank you.
Also, your cats are adorable. So
You. I love them too. Was there a question? Because I can also tell you the story of how we got our cats, but that's like a whole spiel, and I don't want to take away people's question time.
Oh yeah. My husband was posting them in our mod board, and I just saw that, and then he realized it, and then sent them in a DM. So I have them now. I just don't want you to go over time because I know that you've got work and stuff to do, so I don't want to like monopolize your time.
Yeah, but I can also do stuff after I play D&D too. It's all good.
Okay. Well, just like let me just be like, okay, I'm done. All right, we're done.
Okay.
Just yell at me. It's fine. So if you're good to answer some chat questions, I have one from Finder. Finder says, how strictly were you held to the script? Was there any room to improvise?
Sorry, I was typing a reply to someone, which I could have just said into this mic, but I didn't think that far. The script was fairly firm because our role was translating the original Japanese, which is the the language that it was originally done in, and so we had to stick fairly close to the script. The only thing that I didn't quite stick to the script with. And it's also because I didn't know we were still rolling, was the battle cries with Raphael. Those were, there's a couple different ones that you do, and then I just kept going. And it turned out that one of those, when I was trying to get a good battle cry out and fumbled, that's one that they ended up using. So it's like the that one.
Oh, that one?
Which I remember hearing it, and I'm like, that's the one that they put in the what?
I'm like, well, that's in the game forever now.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. So Anonymous wants to know, are there any criticisms or nitpicks you have about your character? Flayn is perfect. I don't know who asked this question, but Flayn is perfect.
Criticisms or nitpicks? I'm going to say no, because for me, when it comes to my relationship with a character that I play, whether it's voiceover or film or stage, I have to be that character's advocate, and I have to love them unconditionally, even if there may be things that I disagree with or would want to, like say I was Linhart in some weird alternate universe, and I had to have that conversation. I'm like, you know what? This is weird. I have to accept that that is this person and embrace that weird part of them. So yeah, I would say for me, Flayn is whole as she is, and I wouldn't want to change her.
Elacius asks, how did you go about voicing someone who has a very childlike innocence to them, but is also 1,000 years old?
Oh, that was it was interesting. It was something that Patrick and I discovered together, and it was trying to balance. What is it? I think kind of what I thought of is old soul but young spirit. Having a love and a tenacity for life and a hunger for learning, especially, if you just woke up after however long, you're gonna be like, what is this thing?
Right.
New phone, who dis? And balancing that. And for me, a lot of the dialogue really helped inform my way of speaking, because she and Seteth both have such a specific way of communicating that is a bit more archaic. So I think that the writing definitely helped inform, hey, she's
for sure.
probably older than you think.
And Dragon Deathcab says, who's your first pick to go to the spa with? The sauna? In 3 House. Who's your first pick to go to the sauna with, apparently, is the question.
like brain is going like 50 different directions. It's like, is it like a flirty spa? Is it like I want to get a, like have a facial and a massage? Honestly, I would want to just bring the ladies, like just have a full blown ladies night, or ladies day spa, ladies night spa, ladies week. I want a week with the ladies at a spa, and have someone like Raphael give massages, because I can guarantee he knows how to get the knots out of your neck.
He
have you seen him? He's a
break
giant.
Your spine, though.
But yeah, okay, yeah. But if your spine's hurting, like if you slept funny, and
Flayn did, because she's been asleep forever.
Yeah, and if he does the thing, or like twists it in a certain way, maybe I this isn't this. I had a thought and it just kind of derailed. So I'm going to just nod my head and say yes. That made no sense.
Ladies Week in the spa.
Yep, Ladies Week in the spa.
I mean, Manuela's probably already in there, so
yeah. Ladies Week at the spa. Oh gosh, I could go for a spa day. I tell you what, that would be nice. One day.
Funny that Flayn is in the sauna right now on screen.
He did that. Like what?
Yes, I planned that ahead of time. Umbreons wants to know, to most of us, Flayn very much resembles a Disney fairy tale princess. If she was one, which other princesses do you think she would be best friends with?
Ooh, okay. Oh. Probably Rapunzel. Because I feel they have some commonalities of, like overbearing person that keeps them cooped up and doesn't let them go places.
Oh, that's true.
That's also kind of every Disney princess now that I think about it.
It's like, yeah.
Dead mom, overbearing dad. I think she could get into a lot of trouble with Ariel.
Oh yeah.
I think they would have some fun times and some get grounded.
Then she could swim with the fish. She would love that.
And I also and Moana, who's not technically
Yes.
a princess, but she's a princess to me. Because you can't go wrong with Moana.
They could sing songs together.
They could sing songs and they could swim and they could be on the ocean and eat fish. And fish for fish while they eat fish. It's a match made in Disney heaven.
Also, Umbreons wants to know, approximately 3 million copies of Fire Emblem Three Houses have been sold worldwide. How does it feel to know that so many people have heard and been affected by your voice talents?
Sorry, my jaw just kind of dropped because I don't think that's actually sunk in still. Like I can imagine up to a specific number, right? Like if I'm in a group of 100 people, I'm like, okay, I can imagine 100 people. Or if I'm at a convention and there's 10,000, like, okay, this is 10,000 people. But when you get beyond that, I try to comprehend it, and it's challenging. But it's incredibly humbling to be part of something that is much bigger than myself and that has spoken to a lot of different people, whether it was Flayn or whether it's another character. I'm incredibly grateful to be a part of this world. I also saw a lot of people are saying she'd have a lot in common with Aurora, and she totally would. I can't believe I forgot about that. I'm not going to sleep on Aurora. Aurora's totally in the mix.
You're not going to sleep on... Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm just... Also, and then there was the part of the world, which was just taking us back to Ariel. You're on fire, Deva.
I can't.
So, Dies Eat Wolf wants to know, what is your favorite part of voice acting?
That it's limitless. For me, I got very frustrated with film, which I pursued for a while because I love the intimacy with a camera. I love that it can capture nuances that you don't necessarily get on stage.
Not to stop you, but if you look on screen, that's Death Knight Flayn.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would recruit her into my army. Always, yes.
Okay, sorry.
No, thank you. I'm very glad I got to. Okay, yeah, I have seen her in this where she's just super. Okay, yeah, she's awesome. You can do it. You go, Flayn. But I really love that there's no limitations on what you physically look like. In the entertainment industry, people are picked apart regularly for everything from their voice to their hair to their weight to their personality, and that can be incredibly demoralizing. Because you hopefully go into wanting to perform and tell stories because you want to share that part of being a human with other people. And so for me, voice acting just started to open up doors that, I'm a very short person. I'm just tiny. And I could be someone who isn't limited by that, or who could have a strength about them, or I could be a freaking like centaur or something, and I wouldn't be limited by my body. And I think that's the magic of voiceover.
I love that answer.
So that's my response.
And everyone who's asked questions, and you too, Kita, if I haven't given you a good response, I apologize.
No, they've been great.
Okay.
No,
I want to
they've
make
been
sure
really
I'm like
great.
answering all the questions. I don't want to be, like, oh yes, that question is this is the response, blur blur, and just like sidestep it.
No, you have
Okay,
not done
cool.
that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Kingdom Keeper wants to know, do you have a favorite voice line of Flayn's?
There is what is it? There's one that she said, I need to look it up. There's one that she said that I really, really love. And I honestly didn't remember recording it until I read it, and then I remembered. But I'm just gonna vamp. It's a line. It's a really good line. Oh goodness gracious! I'm making everyone wait while I try to find this. I'll give you the gist of it.
Okay.
She basically. Oh, I found it. She. I just needed to figure. She has a line that I really love, and it is, "You and I are of a rare breed. We should take care of each other." And I think that is. I think that transcends the game for me. I love it because it reminds me of the quote by Carl Sagan, that we are all made of star stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Yoda, luminous beings are we, and this idea that we are all these unique individuals with our own facets and flaws and imperfections and glories, and that we need to take care of each other. It's something we gotta do. So also, when you yell at your friends, take care of them. Do that.
You may have broken chat a little bit.
What?
No, they're all like, "Aw."
Oh,
Like, broken a good way.
happy broken. Yep.
Happy broken. Do you?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to circle back to just because I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. With the idea for VO being limitless, which it is in theory, it still isn't for a lot of people. And so I just kind of want to ask the chat if there's any like person of color that you love who's a voice actor, whether you like some of their work that they've done, or whether you really like their feeds on social media, if you can amplify them, that would be amazing. I just think that's important for all of us to do, because some people aren't given the same chances as others, and I'm very grateful for all of the chances I get, and I want to make sure that we do all we can to make sure everyone gets that same opportunity.
I love that. Umbreons also asks, what advice would you give someone who is voice acting for the first time and is having trouble getting into character?
Ooh, voice acting for the first time and having trouble getting into the character. Make them real. Any character, whether it is voiceover or not, they all are real. Even if it's like you have to voice a flying Pegasus skunk that lives on the back of a donkey, like you find their hopes and their dreams, and then find their biggest fears, and that's going to humanize them. Like it'll make them honest for you, because that's the biggest thing, is finding their honesty, even if they're completely outlandish, or maybe they're super real and you already have that. But just I think that's at least it's worked for me, so I can only say what I find helpful, which is that.
I mean, I think that's what resonates with listeners, is just, hearing a voice that is like humanized in some sort of way. And I think that's why we end up relating to characters and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell when there's an honesty and something's genuine, versus when someone puts on an air for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think always going for the honesty is key. And sometimes it's hard. But it's in there.
It's in there.
Dragon Death Cab says or asks, do you have any favorite ships in the game aside from Flayn? It's like other characters.
Oh. I really like Annette and Felix.
Netflix?
Yeah, that makes me really happy.
They're very cute.
Very cute. I also like Sylvain and Ingrid.
Yes.
Just because there's just something, it's so natural.
Mm-hmm.
It's effortless. It's effortless. And I love that. And I also love the bromance between Didu and Dimitri. Like, bar none. I love their relationship because it's so dang precious.
Dimmy do.
Dimmy do. I love that. Dimmy do. Yes, I love their relationship. Makes me happy. And we need more like just men caring about each other. Like we have Sam and Frodo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But give me more. I love it. It makes me happy. Men can feel things.
Everyone. I just love to do with everyone. I mean, to do with it.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
not wrong.
Didu is pretty spectacular.
Now I wish we had swapped in our Didu emote. He has a chef's hat on and he's doing the chef's kiss.
Okay, that's precious. That was amazing. That was amazing.
I love Didu.
Didu.
Penelope wants to know, have you ever done any voice acting for cartoons? Like animation.
Like American animation or anime or just
didn't
anything.
Specify. I think anything.
Okay. Yes, I've done some that I can't talk about yet, and I've done
exciting.
Yeah, no, it is. The first stuff that I did was I was in the season of Sailor Moon Super S. I was
that's awesome.
It was really fun. It was just some random, some incidental characters or just some people here and there, and then I've also, so it's all anime so far. I've done a few characters in Magia Record and Inspector. Done some in that. And yeah. But I also with Disney, if you're listening, make a girl's dreams come true. Make me a princess. I will hug you from 6 feet away and it'll be amazing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you start a petition, everybody in chat would be like signing that immediately.
Yeah.
Also, everyone in chat is excited now about these things you can't talk about. So follow her on Twitter so that you know.
It's a thing where I can do something or work on something and then I won't be able to share it for a year.
That'd be so
or
hard.
Something. It is hard. But it's also there's also another part of me that wants to be like, no, people, I am working. I am trying to do things.
Yeah, just because things aren't coming out doesn't mean you're not working.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
Shane Dragon says, which of the other Fire Emblem Three Houses characters do you like or like are your favorites besides Seteth Flayn, of course?
Really love Bernadetta. I really love Bernie. I really love Bernie. Just because she's just this, she's just kind of scared of the world. And like, girl, I feel you on that sometimes. I love that. I'm a sucker for character, like just the trope of the curmudgeon with a heart of gold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the angry old man that happens to be a teddy bear. And so for me, Deju falls into that a little bit. Because he is a sweetie. He just has a super tough exterior.
He's very stoic.
Gosh, they're stoic, yes. They're all so wonderful. It's so hard to pick. Because I'll be thinking of one, and I'll be like, well, this other character too, and wait, this other character, and it'll just go.
Fender wants to know, do you know your Hogwarts house, wand, or Patronus?
All of the above.
Yes. Yes. I am a. I'm gonna sound like such a snob right now. I believe that I am a hat stall. I
Nice.
always wanted to be Ravenclaw, but I never landed. I always landed Hufflepuff, and I think the older I get, the more huffily and puffily I get. Like
Aw.
it's just a thing. But I'm Hufflepuff. My wand, Pottermore gave me one, and I have another one upstairs that I got on my anniversary actually a few years ago. I
Aw.
was chosen, and my husband recorded it because I was kind of like I was standing in line, at Universal behind. There
Mhm.
were no children, and I'm like, okay, of course they're going to choose a child to get their wand. Of course, why wouldn't you choose a child? And there were no kids. So I'm like, okay, this is my shot. I'm gonna get it. I grew up with these books. Like these are mine. Like let me be the kid. So I totally thought it was gonna be me. And then these two adorable little twins ran up to their dad right in front of me, and I'm just looking at these kids. I'm like, you punks just sabotaged my chance to get a wand. And they didn't. I got in the room, and the wizard asked a question. I can't tell you what it was, but I yelled yes. And then he pointed at me and crooked his finger, and that's really all I remember. I'm told I jumped up and down, which I believe.
And my Patronus is a dolphin.
Aw. I love that.
Oh.
I would have been the same, like, you little punks.
Yeah, I was.
That would have been me too.
Bad. I felt so bad. It's like, okay, I know you're cute and you're probably like what 9, but come
you
on,
know nothing.
come on. No, like you're on my turf. Okay, go away.
That's so amazing. I love that. I am a Ravenclaw myself.
Mhm.
So, but my best friend's a Hufflepuff. So
You guys have the best. I love where the Ravenclaws sleep though. Just Astronomy Tower is gorgeous.
it is. It
would
would be
love that.
annoying to have to answer a riddle every time. Like, I just want to go to bed, door. Like, I don't care about your riddle. I just want to go to bed. Like, I'm out
hey,
after
Dora,
hours.
Have you met my friend Lighter?
Oh, I'm excited for your answer on this one.
Okay. Oh,
Dragon
no.
Death
Okay.
Cab says, which crest do you think would fit you best?
Which crest would fit me best? Okay. I have to look this up. I'm terrible. I haven't played the game.
I mean, you could
So,
just go off of Billy's answers. The big crest, the red crest,
Oh,
the
those
bear
crests.
crest.
Yeah, the bear crest. I mean, I'd probably be a cat crest or something. The Goneril crest could be cool because I love me some King Lear.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, the Indec crest kind of looks like a butt. Like a really cute one, but a little bit.
A cute butt.
The Reagan crest. Oh, that's another person. Reagan and Goneril, both in King Lear. This is the thing. I like that one because it's like a moon.
So that would be Claude and Hilda.
Oh, I like those.
Mhm.
I like those. Can I also just say Seteth Flayn? Because
Duh.
obvi. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. I would be all the crests. I would be the crest. I would be the crest. That's my crest.
You would be running from Hanneman every day of your life.
Let me guess.
Andy wants to know what your favorite DC hero and or villain is, if you have one.
Ooh. I'm going to say Wonder Woman for heroes, specifically because the film just wrecked me. The scene with
No
Wonder
Man's
Woman
Land?
walking through walking
Mhm.
through No Man's Land. I was weeping and I didn't understand why. I was just, and I've seen it since I saw it in theaters, and that scene comes up, and it's not a crying, it's not like a sobbing, but it's just
Mhm.
this visceral impact. And I think what it is, it's seeing a woman charging through this destruction to get to the other side and being victorious in that. And that is so inspiring that it hits. So yeah, she will be my favorite for all time. Like if I could go to the Mascara, yes, that's where I will them my people. Hmm.
I loved that
Villain.
so much. That scene was just like,
Oh, it was so powerful, and it took me
mhm.
a while to understand like why it affected me so much. Because I remember watching it, I'm like, why do I feel like this? What is this magic? I don't get it. Yeah. But I loved it. And I don't know about villain. I don't know. I'd have to think about villains.
There are a lot to choose from. I was learning as I was playing through Arkham Asylum. Chat was telling me all the ridiculous Batman villains, like the Calculator. Isn't that what you guys said? And among other, and I'm like, what?
Okay, well, I'm always mostly against math because I'm bad at it.
Okay, well then that would not be your favorite.
Yeah.
The Calculator is out.
No calculators, please. I mean, but I also would need it to do math because I'm just not. I'm not a numbers. I'm not a numbers. Apparently, I'm not a words either. But I don't math very well.
Well, maybe you could capture the Calculator, make him do the math for you.
I could use his evil for good. Wait, isn't that how you become evil though?
Oh no.
Is to like, is that a thing?
Oh no.
No, I don't want to do it. No.
You mean I mean if you're abducting another villain and then using their power for you. You would. We'd have to find a way to make him agreeable to this plan. Like maybe you could just be friends and then he would just do the math for you.
I mean, if he's really terrible. Okay, this is true. This is true. I could enlist his mathematical skills.
How this has become us kidnapping a DC villain.
You know, it's a Tuesday.
Things happen. Actually, this question's from my husband. He says, Eco. He says, how passionate and engaging have you found the Fire Emblem community compared to other series you've worked on?
My gosh. Y'all are just so embracing. And I love that. There's no people. I haven't had anyone attack me as an individual. And I know that's a weird bar. But I think sometimes people forget that others have that they aren't their characters, or that they don't have control over what their character says or how they behave. And sometimes people who love a character or a franchise so much, their passion gets displaced into anger at an actor. And I don't think that's okay. And I haven't experienced any of that with the Fire Emblem community. Everyone is so kind and giving, and they have so much love. Like y'all love this game, and it makes me feel loved too. Like I feel supported, and that's incredible. That's incredible.
All right, so this will be the last one.
Okay.
Just because of time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Thank you.
No, you are stuck here forever. Answering questions. No, now I'm kidnapping you. Oh god. This has become quite a stream.
Guess what? I'm not going to be able to help you do math, so
oh no.
Joke's on you.
You're just going to have to do voices for my amusement, I guess. All right. Restless Joker once says, it isn't uncommon for actors and actresses to be cast in specific roles, so like typecast.
Oh, yeah.
If you were allowed to break out of a role and be any type of character, which archetype would you like to perform as?
Ooh. I've had the chance, fortunately, on stage a couple times. I I often am cast as sweeter characters,
I wonder
which I love.
why.
Which oh no, I mean I'm kind of I'm a low key bitch. No, just kidding.
Oh
I
my
hope
God.
not. But um, I really like when I I'd love to play characters who wait, what was the specific part of the question? It's what kind of archetype?
If you're allowed to break out of that role and be any type of character, which archetype would you like to perform as?
Archetype would I like? Probably. I don't know if this is an exact archetype because, of course, when you're asked a question, like all of the the actual words leave your brain. Someone who is like the. I don't want to swear again. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I say the word bitch?
Oh, Deva, I have been
Okay.
not swearing this whole
But like,
if
the-
you
I'm trying to think of like another term for this, but just the quintessential like
Mean Girl?
like boss bitch. Like not
Ooh.
necessarily a mean girl, but the woman you do not mess with because of the strength that they have. And from there was I've been able to play a couple characters that are kind of like in that vein. There was one I played on in a play I was in, the last play I was in actually about a year and a half ago now. Gosh, that's so long. Who had a lot more what is the word I'm thinking of? She was able to defend herself a lot more readily than I can defend myself. Where she just had this assurance, and you didn't mess with her. She was completely centered. She knew who she was and what she wanted, and she was going to get it. And for me, there's something about characters like that where they do have harsher edges. That it's almost like I can pull on a part of them, and I can keep a part of them with me when I need that strength, if that makes sense.
Oh no, I get that.
Yeah. Like you'll fall in love with a character in a game or a show because of the qualities that they have, and it's almost like osmosis. Like, okay, I want to be able to pull on some characteristics of that person. So, yeah, I would love to play more characters like that. Or even villains. Those are fun. Just because they're, they're evil. They're villains.
So, would you like to play Araya? I mean, she's a little bit of a villain here and there.
Yeah. Like, I think that, I don't know why this is the first one that comes to mind, but the first thing I'm thinking of is Kingpin in Daredevil. Also because Vincent D'Onofrio is just a genius. But I love there are some villains who are the antagonist. And I love when you can see their humanity too. Like, you're not gonna root for them, but there's that bit of human in them where you're like, oh, I you can't hide that from me, you sneaky. The potato of crime? What is that? What? Sorry, I'm just reading the chat and I just saw the potato of crime. Like, what? Potatoes
That's coming
are
after hashtag let Flayn say shit. Put that on a shirt.
That's one thing that that I've struggled with sometimes. I'm totally going off topic, but is that I try not to swear a ton, like when I'm chatting with people, or if I'm on camera or something. But sometimes one will just come out, and sometimes I feel like I have to remind myself and others, like, I am an adult. I can say things. I'm like, I won't be mean, but like I language, words, potato.
It's that's understandable after voicing, I mean, Flayn is essentially like the picture of innocence and naivety a little bit. So.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she learning all this stuff for the first time. Discoveries, but that's what I love about her, is her curiosity. I hope that's a part of Flame that I will always keep with me, is the willingness to ask questions and to be curious about the world and about people. I think that's very important.
I love that.
Oh.
No, you were worried about so many of your answers are like, oh, I don't even know what to say. Because, like, they're so sweet.
I do! Blurg. Yeah. I'm probably gonna eat ice cream later. I went grocery shopping, you know, as you do, and you just stock up on stuff. And my staples have been ice cream. Has basically been it. So I have a goal I will share with you and stream. My goal for my stay at home is to try every single Ben & Jerry's flavor.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's a thing. I'm doing it. I've had a lot. Y'all need to try Boots on the Moon. It is amazing. I didn't even check to see what it was, like what was in it. It's called Boots on the Moon. I'm like, I need to eat that. So
that's a great name.
It's a great name. It's an even better ice cream. I mean, I don't know. Okay, the name is really good. But it's good. It's good. It's good. Everyone's like, best of luck, Deva. Oh, yes, such a lofty goal. Do the things. Eat the ice cream.
I'm adding this to my goals list, too. As you
should! You should! It's like, if there's ever a time to just have a little self-care, even if it's ice cream, then do it. Do it.
Now is the time to take care of yourself.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Well, guys, I would love for you to thank Deva for hanging with us today and staying overtime and answering your questions, because she's given us a lot of her time today. So please thank her. I will thank you, Deva. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This is really, I appreciate how chill this is. Like, this is just really relaxing, and thank you. Like, you just, I feel like I'm just chatting with a girlfriend, and it's relaxing, and it makes me,
excuse me, cool. I need to leave for a moment.
Oh,
just write that down.
Okay, you can send this to me. You can write it down. Okay. You know, it's sometimes when you go into an interview, you always kind of want to read the room or read the tone. And you just said it, and you're like, no, we're chill. We're hanging out. And that's what I need. So thank you. And thank you, chat, for being awesome.
I'm so glad that you feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh no, chat, I'm emotional. Okay.
Yes. I mean, yes, feel your emotions, but like, does anyone else feel like they're just like a toddler during lately? Like, just all the emotions always?
Very much so. Just like, I don't feel like doing things that I should be doing. I want to watch Netflix and eat ice cream.
Eat ice cream?
Yeah.
Yup. That is.
Oh my gosh, they're saying perfect tea time. Chat, stop. I'm gonna cry.
You did. Perfect tea time. Perfect tea time. Yes. Oh no. Are you okay? Are you still there?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Yay. Well, I thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Guys, !Deva is all her links. So Instagram, Twitter, website, Twitch, YouTube I added as well, because you're posting Brunch with the Bard on YouTube, which is awesome. Yeah. Which is like a kind of theater production that you do with a bunch of other actors, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and sometimes Fire Emblem ones.
Yes, yeah. So every week, it's a guarantee that Christian Lamont, Retna, and I will be there. And we just call up our friends and we're like, hey, we want to do art. Do you want to art with us?
That's awesome. I love it. I've lurked a bit through some, and it's really fun.
Oh yay, I'm glad. Yes.
we're happy it's fun because we'll have fun and we hope that other people have fun too and aren't just like, oh, who are these pretentious actor people doing the things?
Oh
And
my
we're like,
gosh,
no, leave me
no,
alone.
nobody thinks that. You guys are just having a good time doing theater for free for people. Like, come on, it's great.
It's healing. At least for me, it helps. It helps.
So thank you all. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody.